Every rider has that one machine they never stop trusting. The one that starts after winter, shrugs off the miles, and never once leaves you stranded. For decades, one brand has built its reputation on something most manufacturers only talk about: reliability. Honda didn't build its empire on hype or horsepower. It built it on engines that refuse to quit. From city commuters to world-crossing tourers, these are the motorcycles that earned Honda its legendary reputation. Not in ads, but on the open road. Today, we're counting down the 12 most reliable Honda motorcycles of all time. Bikes so tough, so timeless, they became part of motorcycle history itself. Number 1 will remind you why Honda doesn't just build bikes. It builds trust on two wheels. Number 12, Honda Nighthawk 750. Some bikes earn fame for their speed, others for their style. But the Honda Nighthawk 750 earned something far more valuable: trust. Released in the early 1990s, this quiet commuter became the ultimate example of Honda's less is more philosophy. No fancy electronics, no fragile performance parts, just a simple air-cooled inline-4 engine built to run forever. It produced around 75 horsepower, not headline-grabbing numbers, but enough to carry you anywhere, any day, in absolute smoothness. The real genius lies inside: hydraulic valve lifters. While most bikes need constant valve adjustments, the Nighthawk simply doesn't. You ride, you change oil, that's it. Owners joke that if you park it for a year, it'll still start the moment you hit the button. Its 5-speed gearbox, chain drive, and classic steel frame mean there's almost nothing to break. And if something does, parts are everywhere. Even today, decades later, used Nighthawks routinely sell between $2,000 and $4,000, still running strong. It's one of those rare machines you could buy blind, fire up, and trust on a cross-country trip the same afternoon. The Nighthawk 750 isn't a motorcycle that begs for attention. It's the one that earns your respect quietly, mile after mile. And if this was Honda's lesson in simplicity, the next bike proved how far that idea could go. A modern machine that turned everyday commuting into a lifelong partnership. Number 11. Honda NC 700S/NC 750X. When Honda built the NC 700X, they weren't chasing lap times, they were chasing longevity. This was the bike that asked one simple question: what if a motorcycle could last as long as a car? So Honda borrowed half an engine from the Honda Fit, literally the same design philosophy, and built a parallel twin that runs low, smooth, and nearly unbreakable. Producing around 51 horsepower and sipping fuel at nearly 70 miles per gallon, the NC 700X wasn't designed to impress in the showroom. It was built to survive the real world: rain, traffic, cold starts, and endless commutes. Owners worldwide praise it for hitting 100,000 miles with nothing but basic maintenance. The engine rarely strains, revs low, and delivers torque exactly where daily riders need it. Paired with Honda's optional DCT automatic transmission, it's as easy to ride as it is impossible to kill. Even the design reflects Honda's obsession with practicality. The fuel tank isn't a tank at all. It's a storage compartment, big enough for a full-face helmet. Everything about this bike screams efficiency, simplicity, and reliability. Brand new, they sell for around $8,500 to $9,000. Used models? Still holding strong near $5,000 with 6 figures on the odometer. The NC 700X is proof that Honda doesn't just build machines for enthusiasts, it builds motorcycles for life. But if this bike is a picture of calm precision, the next one brings muscle and nostalgia together in a package that's just as dependable and far more iconic. Number 10. Honda Shadow 750. Reliability doesn't have to be boring, and the Honda Shadow 750 is living proof. Since the mid-1980s, This mid-sized cruiser has carried Honda's reputation for bulletproof dependability into the world of chrome and long highways. Underneath its classic looks lies a 745 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin, tuned not for speed, but for eternal smoothness. That engine is famous for being almost maintenance-free. Simple carbs or modern fuel injection, depending on the year, both deliver steady, predictable power. Paired with a 5-speed gearbox and, on many models, a shaft drive. It's a bike you can ride for years without touching a wrench. It produces about 44 horsepower, enough for confident cruising without ever feeling overworked. Owners routinely report these shadows running flawlessly for decades, needing little more than oil and spark plugs. And because Honda barely changed the core design, parts availability is endless. Another reason these bikes just never fade away. A new Shadow Phantom today will set you back around $8,500 to $9,000, while clean used examples often hold strong between $4,000 and $7,000. For a cruiser that can last a lifetime, that's a deal few can match. The Shadow 750 isn't flashy, it doesn't shout. It just starts, runs, and gets you home, every single time. But not every rider stays on the pavement. Some believe true reliability is proven where the roads disappear. And for that kind of rider, Honda built something legendary. Number 9. Honda CB500 Series. Some bikes are built for power, others for prestige. The Honda CB500 Series was built for something far more practical: forever. From the upright CB500F to the adventure-styled CB500X and the sporty CB500R, every version shares the same heart: a 471 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine that has quietly earned a reputation for being nearly indestructible. Honda designed this motor to be simple, forgiving, and impossible to stress. It doesn't rev to the moon, it doesn't run hot, and it doesn't complain, no matter how many miles you stack up. In one endurance test, a CB500 clocked over 96,000 miles without a single internal failure. Think about that. Almost 100,000 miles, no rebuilds, no drama. That's not luck, that's engineering perfection. Its clutch is light, shifting buttery smooth, and maintenance is almost laughably easy. Adjust the chain, change the oil, and it'll treat you like family for life. New, they start around $7,000, and used models, even those with high mileage, still hold value near $4,000 to $6,000, proof of their cult following among commuters and touring riders alike. The CB500 isn't loud or flashy. It's a reminder that reliability isn't about complexity. It's about confidence. And as solid as this twin is, Honda's next step took dependability beyond the daily commute, to a machine built for the open world, where tarmac fades and the horizon never ends. Number 8. Honda Transalp. Before adventure bikes became a trend, Honda had already perfected the idea, and they called it the Transalp. First released in the late 1980s, the Transalp was never about brute power. It was about endurance. Designed to cross mountains, borders, and entire continents, this was the machine that could take you anywhere and always bring you back. Its early models used a 52-degree V-twin, the same type of engine found in the Africa Twins' ancestors. Smooth, torque-rich, and impossible to kill. That motor became legendary among long-distance riders who valued reliability over glamour. The Transalp's design philosophy never changed: simple, strong, and versatile. A balanced chassis, long travel suspension, and excellent weather protection made it one of the most forgiving motorcycles on rough terrain. Fast forward to today, and the modern XL 750 Transalp carries that same DNA, now powered by a parallel twin derived from the Africa Twins platform, with improved electronics and even better fuel efficiency. Owners praise it for going thousands of miles through heat, rain, and dust without skipping a beat. It's the kind of bike that builds trust with every ride. The kind that asks for maintenance, not mercy. Brand new, the latest Transalp sits around $10,000 to $11,000, while older versions remain highly sought after by overlanders who know what true dependability feels like. The Transalp proved Honda could blend adventure with bulletproof engineering, but the next machine took that same spirit and made it unstoppable in the dirt. Number 7. Honda XR650L. Some motorcycles evolve every few years. The Honda XR650L didn't need to. It was perfect from day one. Introduced in 1993, this dual sport has remained virtually unchanged for over 30 years. And that's exactly why riders love it. It's simple, raw, and as close to indestructible as a motorcycle can get. At its heart beats a 644 cubic centimeter air-cooled single-cylinder engine, fed by a carburetor and built with the kind of over-engineering that made Honda famous. No computers, no traction control, no fragile sensors, just a big thumping four-stroke that starts every morning and refuses to quit. Off-road, it's a workhorse. That tall stance, 21-inch front wheel, and long travel suspension make it equally at home on dirt, gravel, or trail. Drop it, pick it up, kick the dust off. It keeps going. Owners around the world have ridden these bikes across deserts, mountains, and continents. Many report 60,000 to 80,000 miles on original engines with nothing more than oil changes and valve checks. Brand new, the XR650L still sells for around $7,000, and used models hold strong between $4,500 and $6,000, proving reliability never goes out of style. It's the kind of bike that outlasts trends, generations, and sometimes even its riders. The XR650L isn't just reliable, it's immortal. But when the dirt roads end and the long highway begins, Honda built another machine for riders who wanted that same indestructible soul, wrapped in long-distance comfort and V4 smoothness. Number 6. Honda ST1100/ST 1300 Pan-European. When Honda designed the Pan-European, they weren't chasing performance specs, they were chasing perfection. The ST1100, launched in 1990, was built for riders who measure distance in continents, not city blocks. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't loud, but it was absolutely unbreakable. At its core sat a 1,085 cubic centimeter V4 engine, liquid-cooled and paired with a shaft drive, a combination made for smooth, endless touring. That motor produced just over 100 horsepower, but more importantly, it delivered it with the kind of calm precision that made 100,000 miles feel like 10,000. Owners still brag about their odometers rolling past 200,000 miles with nothing more than scheduled maintenance. The V4 hums quietly, the transmission shifts like silk, and the fairing shields you from the storm, literally and mechanically. In 2002, Honda refined the formula with the ST1300, boosting displacement and comfort without sacrificing the reliability that made the original a legend. Even decades later, well-kept STS sell between $3,000 and $6,000, while top examples continue to cross countries without complaint. The Pan-European isn't a motorcycle you own for a season. It's one you build memories with, year after year, ride after ride. But not every legend wears touring fairings. Some Hondas prove their strength where roads end and adventure begins. And few do it better than this next one. Number 5. Honda Africa Twin. Few motorcycles have earned their reputation as honestly as the Honda Africa Twin. Born from the spirit of rally racing and refined for the real world, it's one of the toughest adventure bikes ever built. When Honda revived the Africa Twin name in 2016, riders wondered if it could live up to the legendary originals that conquered the Paris-Dakar Rally. It didn't just live up to them. It redefined the class. Powered by a 998 cubic centimeter parallel twin, later expanded to 1,084 cubic centimeters, the Africa Twin delivers torque everywhere and drama nowhere. It's smooth, predictable, and nearly impossible to break. Many adventure fleets use them as rental bikes for one simple reason: they just don't fail. Honda kept the design practical. A steel frame, strong suspension, and optional dual-clutch transmission that's proven to be almost bulletproof in testing. Even under heavy off-road abuse, the bike shrugs it off and keeps rolling. The latest models start around $14,000, while early versions with high mileage still command $8,000 to $10,000. A clear sign of confidence in their longevity. It's a machine that doesn't just take you to remote places, it gets you home again, no matter how far you've gone. The Africa Twin is adventure distilled into reliability. But before it, Honda had already perfected the art of building engines that outlast riders. Machines so precise, they made mechanical failure feel impossible. Number 4. Honda VFR Series. If reliability had a redemption story, it would be written by the Honda VFR. In the early 1980s, Honda's VF Series suffered from infamous camshaft issues, a black mark on an otherwise flawless record. But instead of ignoring it, Honda went back to the drawing board and came back with something extraordinary: the VFR 750F, introduced in 1986. It wasn't just a new bike, it was a statement, a promise that Honda would never compromise on engineering again. The VFR's 748 cubic centimeter V4 engine, with its signature gear-driven cams, became an icon. It revved with the precision of a Swiss watch, delivered around 100 horsepower, and sounded like pure mechanical symphony. More importantly, it was built to last. Decades later, riders still praise their VFRS for flawless reliability, many crossing 100,000 miles on original engines. Even the later VFR 800 models carried that same DNA, combining performance, comfort, and near-indestructible build quality. Maintenance is simple. Parts are everywhere, and the community around these bikes is as loyal as the machines themselves. Back in its prime, the VFR 750F sold for around $5,000. Today, clean used models range from $2,500 to $5,000, and they're still some of the most dependable sport tourers ever built. The VFR didn't just restore Honda's reputation, it cemented it. A machine that transformed an apology into a legend. But before the VFR, one Honda had already changed the motorcycle world forever. The machine that started the revolution. Number 3. Honda CB500. Every motorcycle on this list owes something to this one, the Honda CB500. When it launched in 1969, it didn't just change Honda. It changed everything. Before the CB500, big bikes were unpredictable, leaky, and high maintenance. Then Honda introduced a motorcycle so refined, so reliable, that it forced the entire industry to evolve overnight. Powered by a 736 cubic centimeter air-cooled inline-4, the CB500 delivered 68 horsepower and became the world's first true superbike. But more importantly, it was civilized. It didn't drip oil. It didn't rattle itself apart. It started every time, even on cold mornings. Honda's precision engineering gave the CB500 a level of reliability unheard of in its era. Decades later, thousands of these bikes are still running with original engines, proof that good design never expires. The CB500's simplicity and durability made it a favorite of mechanics, racers, and collectors alike. Even today, The modern CB750 Hornet carries its legacy forward with a lightweight chassis, fuel-injected twin, and that same Honda dependability at its core. Back in the day, the CB750 sold for under $1,500, a bargain that redefined motorcycling forever. Today, well-preserved originals can fetch $6,000 to $10,000, depending on condition. The CB750 wasn't just reliable, it was revolutionary. It made Honda reliability a global standard. But as time moved forward, Honda set out to create something even more enduring. A motorcycle so advanced, so comfortable, it became the king of all touring bikes. Number 2. Honda Goldwing. If reliability had royalty, its crown would sit firmly on the Honda Goldwing. Since its debut in 1975, the Goldwing has been more than a touring bike. It's a legend of longevity. From cross-country adventures to daily commutes, it's proven time and again that luxury and reliability can ride together in perfect harmony. Its first-generation GL1000 laid the foundation with a flat-4 engine, smoother than anything else on the road. By the time the GL1800 arrived, Honda had perfected it, a 1,833 cubic centimeter flat-6 masterpiece, producing over 120 horsepower and nearly indestructible by design. Owners routinely clock 200,000 miles or more on these engines without a rebuild. The combination of shaft drive, bulletproof transmission, and Honda's obsessive engineering means this machine just keeps going. Mile after mile, decade after decade. Even with modern amenities like DCT automatic shifting, heated everything, and built-in navigation, the heart of the Goldwing remains the same: effortless, dependable power. A new Goldwing starts around $26,000, with high-end trims nearing $36,000. Yet even 15-year-old models still fetch $10,000 to $20,000 because nobody doubts what they're buying: a lifetime machine. The Goldwing isn't just a motorcycle, it's a promise on wheels. The promise that comfort, performance, and reliability don't have to be separate dreams. But even the Goldwing bows to one legend: the most produced, most trusted, and most reliable motorcycle the world has ever known. Number 1. Honda Super Cub, 1958 to today. If one motorcycle defines reliability itself, it's this one, the Honda Super Cub. Since 1958, the Super Cub has carried more riders farther than any other motor vehicle in history. Over 100 million units have been built, each one echoing the same promise: simple, efficient, and unbreakable transportation for the world. Its success comes from its simplicity. The original 49 cubic centimeter air-cooled single was designed to run on low-octane fuel, be repaired with basic tools, and survive in the harshest conditions imaginable. From Tokyo's rush hour to dusty back roads in Africa, the Super Cub just keeps going. Modern versions like the Super Cub C125 continue that legacy with fuel injection, ABS, and emissions updates. But the spirit remains unchanged. It's still the humble, hard-working companion that asks for almost nothing and gives back everything. Owners routinely report these bikes lasting 50,000 to 100,000 miles, with little more than oil changes and the occasional valve check. It's the definition of bulletproof. Brand new, the 2025 Super Cub starts around $6,400, and used ones barely depreciate, because reliability never goes out of style. This is more than a motorcycle. It's a symbol of Honda's philosophy: make it simple, make it strong, and make it last forever. The Honda Super Cub didn't just earn the title of most reliable. It built the very foundation of what reliability means. From thundering V4s to whisper-quiet singles, every bike on this list shares one heartbeat: trust. Honda didn't build its reputation with marketing. It earned it mile by mile, bolt by bolt, in every corner of the world. These machines aren't just reliable. They're reminders that great engineering never grows old. Which of these Hondas would you trust for life? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love bikes that never quit, hit that like button, subscribe, and keep riding with us, because legends like these deserve to be remembered.